How is it that you can effectively use emojis on emails and messages without being annoying? Hi guys, my name's Deepak Shukla, founder at the Pearl Lemon Group. We're a business growth and development agency based in the UK, USA, as well as serving clients worldwide. And here today, we're back with day number 44 of our communications training. And if you need any support with your communications within your team or with clients, please do reach out to us. And before we get into it today, feel free to click the link in the description below to get access to 7 additional strategies that are not shared in this training. And please do hit the red subscribe button if you're enjoying these videos in general. So look, this is something that the team, we discuss and debate and have chats around. So the biggest, so how to use emojis on emails and messages without being annoying. So why would even people use emojis and punctuation such as, like smiley face like that, or the this is what it is, like the, when you want to show an expression, or a downward smiley, and then you've got like a whole range of course emojis you can use outside of that. Why do you use them in the first place? Because you want to communicate emotion through words, and just the words alone, in absence of punctuation, that's another piece of punctuation, exclamation mark, downward smiley, smiley. I don't know how to categorize this one. Like, give you some news, which isn't always great, but isn't terrible. So, number one, let's get into it. So number one is, do use them. That's the first one. Okay, just do use them, because it's a good way to demonstrate emotion through email, and that's why emojis are there. That's the first thing. Number two, you need to align with your company's tone overall. I'm gonna just so aligning with your company's tone means that, like at Pearl Lemon, we're lemon. We're hopefully, as you can tell from my voice and energy, I'd like to think that we're energetic and we're vibrant, and they've got a lot of bounce, and there's a lot of important comunicado that probably doesn't even make sense, but important communication that happens over just in general, and energy is conveyed through emojis. So that's why, and emojis convey emotion and emojis convey energy, because words alone on email don't always convey those things. So you need to align with your company's tone overall. You can probably tell our tone from the way that I speak, and with that in mind, you need to align with your, so there's obviously this meeting in the middle that becomes aligned with your client's tone. So that's where the plot thickens, of course, doesn't it? Because how can you align with your client's tone as well as your company's tone if your client's tone is totally different from your company's tone? So depending upon the job that your client has done, or the job rather that you've done of your own brand and brand alignment, the client should be aware of the company's general tone. I mean, Pearl Lemon, we're yellow, we've got lemons, we've got caricatures. They're very evident across our website. So people should know what they're getting themselves into. So this is the one thing that I'd say that sometimes gets lost, that you can use emojis and messages, because the client, if they've made a determination to work with you based upon or as part of your online presence, then there's definitely a particular style, therefore they should expect. And just because you see it on the email that they're quite formal, it doesn't mean that you always need to be formal in response, because they made a decision to work with you in the first place. So whilst, birds of a feather flock together, meaning formal people tend to, for example, work well with formal people, there's also a truth in the opposites attract, that formal people gravitate towards energetic people. So really, we're just talking about balance, and a good way to balance it is just to, use up to 2 emojis per email. See how your clients respond. If they're always short and formal, then ultimately you might want to reel it in. But you, beyond using it 2 per email, and again, it depends upon length per email, you could go for a 1 emoji max per paragraph. I mean, these are loose rules, meaning that they can, case by case. one emoji max per paragraph, 2 emojis per email. If there's 3 paragraphs, I just use 2 emojis. But again, there's lots of variations around this. So a lot of it is, of course, about judgment. The biggest thing that needs to happen, really, and this is the part that should be the focus. And let me just drive results. So if you just drive results, then you can use emojis and you can not worry too much about the blow by blow implication of it because you're delivering great results. And then there's a lot of emojis that you'd want to add because of the great results. You're like, yes, guys, we just smashed your revenue number for the month. Yes. And you want to display the energetic yes through emojis and through ultimately that energy, right? So when you've got that opportunity to give good news on email, accompany it with emojis because it's just an awesome thing to do. Or rather, if we're also talking WhatsApp as well, WhatsApp opens up a whole world of potential messaging when it comes to the kinds of emojis you can use. As you know, if you just look at, for example, an emoji keyboard as well, I really do think that you should use them. If they're used well, it opens up a whole new level of vocabulary that your competitors for the most part aren't using. People are too afraid, but everyone makes emotional decisions in the end, like investors, financiers. The most clinical people also are emotional if you've got someone who demonstrates commitment, energy, and vision. And that's where emojis can provide leverage. Okay, so don't overuse them. Overusing them, if you want to find a hard and fast rule, is 1 emoji max per paragraph, two, let's say 2 to 3 emojis per email, and you can use that as a little bit of a rough guide to how to ultimately think about emojis when you want to adjust it, as if your client is super formal and it's evidently such a stark difference. I always say go, for example, up to, let's say, 2 levels up from where your client's level is in terms of energy and in terms, therefore, of language. You don't definitely want to go down. You want to stay the same or go 1 or 2 levels up. What a level would qualify as specifically, of course, becomes case by case. But hopefully, between all of this, and that would be number 6 rather, go up to 2 levels up. Hopefully, that underlines what it is that you should think about. Go up to 2 levels up. And underlines what you should be thinking about when it comes to the actual emoji question, because you of course don't want to be annoying and you don't want to seem unprofessional. But then if your work is professional, you're clear with communication, you're proactive, you take leading calls, you can lead things technically, you get results, you report on results, you deal with client challenges, then I mean you're super professional. So therefore this brings in playfulness to the conversation, and being playful on email, in person, being energetic will get you much further than results that don't come with any playfulness and energy. Use both, and where you don't have results, still use emojis for energy, because people will then try and stick it out with you because of the energy they bring. Well, if anyone should be able to do it, these guys I think should be able to do it, so I'm going to stick with them that little bit longer. And that's how you can use emojis on emails and messages without being annoying. At least I think so. And feel free to, well, comment. Please do comment in the description with your takeaways. And again, I'd love if you hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much, guys.